Hello, this is Tavish Carduff coming to you with an impromptu video right after coming back in, witnessing the partial eclipse that we had in Kansas City today. I think we're about 90%. I sat outside and watched the rotation of the little sliver that we had move, do about 2/3 of the way around a circle, and just sat in a secluded place listening to music and opening up to what was there. I could hear the highway in the distance, but at the same time I felt so close to the vision in front of me and the eclipse in front of me. And I really, up until the point of experiencing it, or a few minutes prior to experiencing it, I really hadn't given it a whole lot of consideration or meaning. And I felt a little bit guilty for that because people asked me, what are you doing? Do you have plans? And I was going to go out of town to watch a total eclipse, and I just really couldn't get any steam behind it. My dad died 4 months ago, and a good friend's son died, and there's just been a lot of grief surrounding the work that I do in healing. And so I've been doing a lot to practice kind of in the root system, in the product that we are growing here at our raw material, and mucking up against some of my deepest fears and hardest things. So it is Food Week at ORM, and the eclipse kind of eclipsed me. It wasn't meaning a lot. And when I think about it in terms of my mental state, because the food pillar goes to our mental state. So when I think of it in terms of how my belief system is put together right now, I am easily triggered, I would say, emotionally easily triggered. I'm pretty vulnerable, and I've been sitting in a space that's open to spirit, but also my ego has been a little protected by not engaging with a lot of the things that I normally engage with. So as I relate to myself, my personality, things like that, in the eclipse, it's hard to find that ego space to want to work on my personality. And that only means that I have found this space that is a little removed from there because of the blanket of grief that covers it. And there's nothing like grief to make you think that nothing else really matters. That being said, in and underneath me is the ORM arena. Those 12 pillars remind me all the time that we don't get to just break down. And the blanket of grief, yes, it's there. I acknowledge that it's there, but there's also stuff operating underneath it and within it and around it. And when we let ourselves succumb to just those deepest and hardest emotions, it becomes cloudy, if nothing else. The other side of it, the joy, the gifts, if you will. And that's a tough one when you're looking at loss. So personally, the eclipse, as I sat there and watched it and watched the beauty of, first of all, the clouds and the beautiful sky that we had, the empty space that I had to watch it from, which was the hospital parking lot where my dad spent his last 6 weeks. And so feeling connected to him there. Also sitting in the space of listening to nature, focused on just this little bit of movement so far away from me, but also resonating within me. And I found myself looking for things to forgive. And I really went into a well of anger, and old anger, ancient stuff, things that we don't, that I don't pull out that often or look at. They're just, kind of edified pieces of me. But I was able to go in and make them malleable and crack off some of the hard exterior and find movement and transformation and forgiveness and even love in some places that I never thought I would be able to infuse love. So just, clouding my own belief system for a minute, opening up to something else really gave me an opportunity to just take off some armor and be open and be vulnerable and be okay being that, no matter how it looks to anyone else. So here I am on the other side of the eclipse, welcoming this vulnerable open space, and I guess documenting it so that there's no way for me to denounce it or walk away from it or let it be something that I've forgotten. This season we've got Quan doing the videos. You can catch up with writing at ourrawmaterial.com. We are working on a program that will deliver this all directly and succinctly to your email doorstep for a very small fee. And I look forward to seeing you in videos next season. Thank you.